There's no one with a clapper. Why are you counting down?
Oh my god.
every time you try to do something flashy, I'm just here to make fun of you for it.
As you can see, we're on the Andrew Stedl podcast, and
We're
Alvaro
back.
is here again.
Yeah, we're back. It's called College is a Bitch, and finals were killing me. I still have finals tomorrow, but for the most part, I've caught up with a lot of things. Hopefully, I don't fail.
Hopefully you were not failure.
Shut up. He literally that week going up to final, like the last 2 days, nothing but fun stuff. And I'm out here just missing out on all that fun stuff. You wanted to do Star Wars Day?
I wanted to watch all the original Star Wars. I did that edited, by the way.
Yeah, he tracked down the unedited versions.
Well, it wasn't more like tracking down. We just I went to Family Video and they were closing and they happened to have them there and they didn't know what they had and I just bought it for like less than $20 each.
This man, I swear. But yeah, I missed out on that. I was a little upset. I was.
Gone but not forgotten.
It's gone for not forgotten.
Oh, hi, you're back.
I am, yeah. I am back. In case you didn't realize.
Oh, in case you didn't realize. He's there again at my windowsill.
Yeah. Right next to this big old cactus.
Where do we want to start? I don't know. Where do we want to start in all this?
Let's start with the thing I sent you 3 weeks ago. I sent Andrew this Adult Swim short kind of thing.
Yeah, you sent me this guy's videos. I think his name is Jack something, right?
It's Jack something. I forgot his last name, but he's this really good. I really like his stuff. It's a mix of claymation and really good music.
And the actual title of the video is what?
Shop a Pop Opera.
Shop a Pop Opera.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you go ahead first.
So basically, the basic premise is there's this guy. He's just at a grocery store, typical mundane, normal things, but he keeps running into things that are kind of weird, not necessarily supernatural weird, just weird. You know, your average normal grocery store experience at a Walmart. There's weird moments of just moving on from death and what was it? Making your own decisions and dependence on certain products. It's weird. It's deep. I loved it. Which is why I wanted to send it to you. It's a mix of this great music and a nice little medium, both traditional 2D animation and claymation.
Yeah, that was one of his more claymation-y ones. I'm used to the more
CGI ones?
CGI 3D models. This was more
claymation. Yeah.
I mean, I'm wondering if it was mainly claymation, because it did look like that, but I mean, that's just, who cares about that part? We want to talk about the topics of, death that they talk about, life, and because there's strangely a lot of that all mixed into there.
It's strangely deep, and I don't know how, because I didn't know what I was, my friend sent it to me a couple months back. He said, I told him, hey, watch this music video. Okay, I will if you watch this. And he sent it to me. And I'm like, okay, sure. I watched it. I fell in love with it. It's just this really nice blend of just weird, deep topics mixed with this kind of almost, I wouldn't necessarily say insane art style, but it's up there,
I mean, you could say it's out there, I suppose, a little.
My favorite thing is that if you go to the track listing of the original, on the album, because he has it up on streaming.
Okay.
Yeah. Every song is titled after what item he's talking about. So basically, there's a moment so it's milk. I was
about to say that's the revolving story. Is literally him checking off the list of every item.
I know. It's just basically he goes on an entire existential experience just because he went to the grocery store. Yeah. It's milk, bread, paper towels, oatmeal, coffee, cheese, and then final. It starts with the.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah, but milk is basically a weird story of death because the guy picks up an expired carton of milk. It's weird. It's weird to talk about without the context. But I feel like everyone should go watch this because it's.
And I love how it ends with
him just making a decision.
The whole song is expired milk. Oh, there's another one.
Yeah, basically that whole song is all like, what kind of person? It's basically talking about what kind of person were you, but as milk. It's so weird, and he even and there's characters there's other characters who he runs into. He runs to an old lady. He runs into a coffee addict, a grocery store employee, and someone who plans things out but doesn't have time to live in the moment. And basically they're all kind of projections of himself in a weird way, not necessarily
Right.
extreme. I think they're just projections of people, people in general, because a lot of us.
I would say, yeah, they're just characterizations of people for sure. Because I've definitely met people like the coffee one who are like,
They need coffee to survive. I know.
Ah!
It's even that one's one of the hits off that pop opera album, Coffee. Basically, the basic premise of that one is, hey, do you really need coffee to live? Is it something that is necessary in life? Like, it basically it delves into addiction and dependence without really talking about addiction and dependence on.
well, I mean,
It does, but without really being it's kind of blunt about it, but it disguises itself under the guise of, I mean, do you really need coffee to live? I mean,
what people don't like to talk about is coffee is a drug because of caffeine.
yeah.
It technically, I mean, nobody was going to ever word it that way because, you can walk into a store and get it.
Same
so-
with sugar to an extent.
Well, yeah, but not to the FDA.
Yeah, I mean, the FDA. I don't know what y'all doing over there. Weed? Nah, no,
Dude,
bad.
Simulation nuggies, thank you. FDA.
Marijuana?
Approving.
Nah, that stuff too.
Well,
that
I
stuff
mean-
too far. Coffee? Man, sell that on the shelf in
mean-
14 different flavors and like several hundred different companies. Why do we need so much coffee? Dunkin' Donuts is fine.
Oh, but come on, Death Coffee's cool.
You literally said it could kill people.
Oh, who knows if that's true or not. Oh, man. Come on, marijuana kills everybody every year. I mean, no, it doesn't. That's not true.
Don't believe this man.
No, I mean, what I was going to say about that is we're actually getting to a place where you can actually buy it. Right? I mean, only in this state, in California, and Colorado,
And a handful of others? I don't remember
I
which
mean,
ones.
New York, I think, is starting to get it.
Yeah, where you can just you gotta be of age and you can just pick up marijuana when you
I
feel
think
it.
it's 21 in most states.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends where
Same
you're
with
at.
alcohol, yeah,
Well,
for the most part.
yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, the whole pop opera theme is incredible. I really like it. It's a nice little delve into I think a lot of people's fears. Should we plan things out or just live in the moment? You know, do I need this to basically move on and live? And it tells a really deep message under the guise of being another silly kind of animated short that Adult Swim puts out. Adult Swim is kind of deep sometimes, but for the most part, I mean, they're kind of known for kind of surrealist cartoons. You got Aqua Team, Hunger Force, the Boondocks, and whatnot. But they all can have messages of deep
Right.
nonsense. But yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, and then that's like people like, Eric Andre who literally, use absurdist humor, but actually like sprinkle, political messages and all that in there too.
Yeah.
But yeah, to go back to this, what's very interesting about it is these songs are kind of, a little silly and a little,
Basically like a pop opera.
But what's interesting is it is a deeper message of, oh, do you need this,
Do I need...
Well, I think what's interesting about that Milk song is I think it's also about like overthinking, but also at the same time it's about death, because sometimes people overthink that kind of thing. And then that can also translate back into the, planning out thing, because then that's overthinking as well. But that depends on how you look at that, if it's overthinking or not. Like, some people do plan out their days, and then they don't have time to think, about this and that. But then it's also, okay, I'm overthinking the overthinking thing.
Exactly. Yeah. See,
How this
yeah.
works?
Bread, another song off that album, off that pop opera, is really good. It starts off with a character who's a kind of a snob, a more snobby character who picks up a 12-grain artisanal bread. It's stupid. And he's like, oh, I don't eat this. I feed this to my dog. This other baker in town makes the only edible bread. But like, it also has a lot to mention. Why do we need something overly expensive if it's something that's so simple? I mean, bread. Keep in mind, I'm in the baking and pastry world, so I know the stages of bread. Here's my flex for the day. Bread in itself can be really complicated, but the way we sell it is super simple. And I mean, the song also talks about being rich. Do I need to be rich to be happy? Do I need a fancy wife, a fancy house, a fancy car to be happy when I can just be me.
I mean, at the end of the day, that stuff isn't gonna make you happy necessarily. It'll make you more comfortable.
yeah,
Is
and
it gonna make you happy? No. I mean, yeah, it's easy to say, oh, but they look happy. And yeah, but people who are rich can have depression too.
yeah, and it's an interesting subject matter. He basically just talks about being artisanal, which in the sense artisanal, yeah, yeah, basically. Artisanal, I think is the word. I don't remember the definition. I've been through the program almost. I'm almost graduating.
You're
Damn.
almost done.
I am almost done. I have literally forgotten the word artisanal, but I'm pretty sure it means like mostly made from scratch, a lot of more homemade based type
Made
deal.
from scratch.
Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot to talk about. There's also the song Paper Towels, which is about mess and how it's inevitable. I mean, sometimes we mess up, and that's fine. And I think that's a really kind of good message that it's okay to fail every now and again. I mean, we can always pick ourselves back up. I mean, much like a
Right.
paper towel. You make a spill, you make a mess. Paper towels are there to pick up the mess. I mean, it's genius. It's under the guise of being something so simple and silly, but I mean, it's
Right,
deep
yeah.
nonetheless. And like, I love how it starts with our main character not knowing what flavor of yogurt he wants to try. By the end, as soon as he's gone through this spiritual journey, he picks strawberry, even though the two choices are strawberry and raspberry. It's genius. I really like it.
Yeah, no, I mean it's a pretty good. I mean, just in general, all the songs that are in this thing, I love how it's a connecting story about.
Just a guy
You
going
know,
through the grocery store.
It's basically the grocery store version of A Christmas Carol.
That's actually a really good way of putting it. If I were to really objectively choose the one thing I dislike about it, it's actually the paper towel song, because near the end it just kind of goes into some weird hallucinogenic nonsense music-wise. But other than that's literally just the weakest part for me. I mean, I like this thing all around. If I were to objectively look at it from a music perspective, that song's the weakest one. But if I were to look at it as just a whole piece, it makes sense. I don't know.
Right. No, I mean, objectively, this whole thing is very interesting because it's one of the longer videos he did.
It's like what?
I'm assuming he did it for Adult Swim.
He did do it for us. There's another one he did, Opal. I haven't seen that one yet. And I think we should all watch it.
Yeah, we should all watch it. I want you to watch every video short he has on YouTube right now.
I'm down with that. I'm okay
They're
with
very,
that.
yeah, they're very interesting because like one of them is Help, where a guy's like stuck under a rock, and he physically like can't get out, and this one guy comes up to him and he tries to like say you need help, and then he's like, all right, I'll go get assistance, and then another guy comes up talking like a robot, and he's like, help? Do you need help? All right, goodbye.
That guy, he's genuinely talented. I can tell he puts a lot of thought into what he does. And yeah, we keep mentioning it's under the guise of it being super silly, but I feel like if you were to remove the silliness, it wouldn't work as well.
Right, yeah, I hear that.
Honestly, I think it's genius what he's doing. Season 3 of Atlanta's coming soon. I want to talk about that.
You want to talk about Atlanta, huh?
Yeah, I do. Because Donald Glover has been seen filming, I think in the UK, to my understanding.
What? I mean, you watched the show? I thought it got bad after season 1. I mean, I'm kidding.
No, okay. If I were to objectively, I think season 2 isn't as strong as season 1, but I think season 2 is still as good. Objectively, I think season 1 has a lot more going for it, but season 2 definitely experiments a lot more, and I really appreciate it for it. That's me, though. I still think it's good nonetheless.
Oh, it's good altogether, but he's not the superior Dave. Dave is the superior Dave.
Oh my
Dave
God.
is the superior Dave.
You and Dave.
Dave
It's a good
is the superior
show.
Dave.
It's a good show. Dave is
It's
really.
an okay show.
I think it's good. I like
it's
it.
okay.
I really like how dumb and corny it can be sometimes.
Oh, I get
Also, no show has ever made me want to buy a wooden shirt before. I'm sorry, a wooden shirt. Dumbest thing ever, but I want one.
I mean, no show has ever made me actually physically sing along to the theme song like it's a song. Hi, I'm Dave. Hi, I'm Dave.
Man, you've never found a better song. Oh God, whatever. But yeah,
Listen, I know it's dumb, but it's fun to sing along
it is
to.
fun to sing along to. But Atlanta season 3 has been recording. There's been behind the scenes of Donald posting stuff. Fans finding out he's filming in the UK. And I'm excited to see where the season
What
goes.
are they gonna film in the UK?
Remember, they did end off going on tour on the plane.
Oh,
So
I forgot about that. Wait, so does that mean are they gonna address COVID in this, or are they just gonna pretend that doesn't exist?
well, keep in mind that you got to think about the gap in between the time. So
That's gonna be weird. I don't know how they're gonna do it.
I don't know.
Alright.
I'm into Donald. He'll be able to figure it out.
I'm sure he got vaccinated. He'll be fine.
Donald Glover has always been able to figure things out really well. I really like his style of writing, especially in Atlanta. I think it's interesting. It's a combination of both,
I know, but
being goofy.
now he's working for that mouse, man. He's working for that mouse.
I know. And I think he's even mentioned that he's not a big fan of bosses. So him working for Disney is kind of weird.
Not technically, because if it's through Fox or not through Fox, it's through FX.
Yeah.
If it's through FX, then he'll be fine, which is technically owned by Fox, which is owned by Disney, and yada yada.
Yeah.
I think that he'll be fine. I mean, I don't know where it's gonna go. I guess Hulu now.
Yeah. I mean, I'm okay with whatever. I really am excited for season 3 of Atlanta. When I started watching the show, I was hyped. And then I heard the season was coming out. I got more hyped. Then it got delayed.
Then you got sad.
Yeah, then I felt hollow after.
And then the thing we can't mention on YouTube at all, otherwise this video will get flagged, happened.
You mean our tax returns?
Yeah, you know, our tax returns. I got $1 million back. You know, we just live here because we're comfortable, right? Yeah.
I don't live with you.
Oh, well.
But sure.
That's not what I meant, but it's close enough.
But yeah, I'm excited for a lot of behind the scenes stuff. Donald's been posting behind the scenes stuff. His director, Hero, God, he's such a talented man. I really like the way he directs his stuff.
I'm kidding. He's great.
Oh yeah, I think he did the This Is America music video.
This is America, which everybody argued about. I find it funny that everybody's arguing about, oh, but the song is so stupid. And I think that the point is it's supposed to be a simplistic rap song and you're supposed to be paying attention to the music video. But either way, there still is a message either way, even with those lyrics anyways, if you think about it. Just the way he does it.
I think Donald being Donald and having, he has fun with whatever he does. I can tell he puts a lot of time and effort into what he does, both in his music and into his other creations like Atlanta. I think he's going to do another show on Amazon Prime, to my knowledge. He's doing another one.
That's right. He did that thing with Rihanna, didn't he?
Yeah, no, not that one. That's Guava Island. That's completely different. This one's going to be the show that he's doing for Amazon Prime. I think it's going to be, it takes place in our time, like right now. It deals with the coronavirus and whatnot. It's going to be interesting to see. I do like the way Donald does things, like I've mentioned so many times. So I'm excited to see whatever Donald Glover project comes out. I do want to talk about Guava Island a bit. You've seen it, right?
I have seen it, yes.
I really, really love Guava Island. It's one of those underrated movies that I don't think gets enough love. I mean, it gets love from the people who obviously are Childish Gambino fans and Donald Glover fans, but outside of that niche little group, I mean, it's not necessarily a little group.
It was a very interesting choice for him to drop that on Amazon. I don't think many artists were doing it at the time.
But I really like the style that he chose. And I love the story. It's such a good story. Oh my God.
The music is so good.
I know. He basically does, in a sense, covers of his own music. And that's the best way to really, say it. Because it's just his music, but he's performing it a little differently. Feels like Summer is performed acoustically. I know. Summertime Magic is performed more or less kind of live with actual steel drums, and then it just blends into the original. It's really good. It's really solid. And that song Saturday that he did that never released, that kills me. Same with Human Sacrifice. It keeps teasing every time he's on tour. I was so upset that it was not on 3/15/20. Jesus Christ, that made me really sad. But
we'll never hear it.
Until
he's dead. He'll be like Prince. We'll hear it later. Oh,
don't say that. We'll hear it after 3005.
Yeah, we'll hear it like, basically when, he's like retired and the greatest hits comes out,
He releases it alongside his greatest hits. Oh God.
the greatest hits will be like
It just
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9, 10, 11, 12, 20.
Oh yeah, but I'm excited for this new season of Atlanta.
I'm excited because it's very interesting where they're going to be at. I mean, I'm intrigued that I don't know. I guess we're in a better place definitely now compared to when we were at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of like eyebrow raising when they were like, Stranger Things is going to continue filming? Batman's going to continue filming? How is that going to work?
I know a lot of things got delayed, and I think one thing that got delayed that I really liked that was put on Netflix was Mitchell's versus the Machines.
Wasn't that named something else though before?
The Mitchells versus the Machines? I don't think it was.
No. They name changed that. That wasn't the original name.
Was it?
No, it was named like I think it was.
I'm trying to forget.
It's on the tip of my tongue. I can remember it if I can think about it. Think brain. I don't remember what it was, but it was something to the nature of like hey, we're a family, and we're gonna reconnect. It was something like that, like reconnection or something.
I don't know.
And they changed the trailer. The trailer originally was like being advertised like it was a family trying to reconnect, and now they're like the Mitchells versus the Machines. They're like totally like going into it.
But I mean, it's still about that. It's still about a family trying to reconnect with each other, just and growing apart.
Let the record show I haven't seen the film yet.
Oh. Dang, I thought you had.
No.
My bad. I was about to go on to a full-blown discussion.
I was going to stop you like, I haven't watched it yet.
Now I can shame you for not watching a movie.
I have interest. It's in my queue.
It's really
in
good.
My queue.
It's another Phil Lord and Christopher Miller movie.
So basically the guys that did Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, and Clyde with a Chance of Meatballs.
That's why that movie's so well animated, because I love that movie. That movie's ridiculous.
That movie is so amazing. I love that movie. But yeah, the animation quality, superb as ever.
I'm sure it's great.
Oh yeah, I think it borrowed a lot of elements from Spider-Verse for the most part, because it has that style of CGI with hand drawn over it, but it's not as expressive as it was in Spider-Verse. I mean, for Spider-Verse, it was meant to be a comic, so it makes sense for that one. But I can tell with this one, it's a lot more stylized, and I do love the constant, hand drawn little sketches that appear throughout the movie. It's a really nice movie. It's well animated.
It's a good movie.
It's really cute. And I think Eric Andre's in it. I think
Is he?
Yeah, I think he was.
See, I'm intrigued by this movie because Doug the Pug is in the movie.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, they ended up, what was it? Motion capture.
Well,
capture.
not just motion capture. Apparently, like they actually legit brought Doug the Pug into the studio to record lines for the actual dog, so he could be like.
Yeah, Eric Andre is one of the characters.
Wow. Okay. Really? Well, now you have my interest.
No, Eric Andre.
Also, you should watch Bad Trip on Netflix with Eric Andre.
I should.
And Tiffany Haddish, and I'm not even gonna say his name because I don't want to butcher it. I think it's Lil Rel Howe. I think that's how you say it.
Okay. Yeah, I've been trying to get into a lot more of the Eric Andre shows.
How do I say this the nicest way?
It's basically Jackass with black people. That's what I hear. That's what I keep hearing.
That's what it is. Jackass with black people.
And I'm honest to God, I'm on board.
It's on brand though for his show, like totally. Like he does pranks all the time. Like,
yeah.
It's not off brand for him. But apparently he had this idea back when the show started, and then the Jackass producers were like, "Oh, you look like you can do pranks. You want to do them?" And he needed to rewrite the movie like 5 times apparently because the story did not work at first when he tried the pranks that were funny. It just didn't work apparently, and this is why it took forever for the movie to come out. Then the pandemic ruined all that as well.
I would recommend watching The Mitchells vs. Machines. It's a cute little family movie.
So
it's deep.
What?
Jesus Christ, it's really deep and like growing apart from your family and whatnot. It was kind of depressing, but I had such a blast watching it. When the comedy hit, it hit, and when the movie wanted me to feel sad, it made me feel sad. It balanced out, and it's kind of dated in some of its references, despite coming out in 2021. It references old YouTube for the most part, but it isn't forced. I can clearly.
The pug.
It's a nice movie. I really did like the references because at the time when I was younger, when those references were popular, I laughed alongside them. And now that I'm older, I'm like, it's a kind of weird sense of nostalgia.
Although I'm sure Doug the Pug is probably the most relevant thing now because he's still around.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued by what you're taught. Can you like give me like one thing that they reference?
I think they do reference Nyan Cat in the sound wise. Yeah, there it is.
Okay.
They also reference that Maya He song. You remember that?
Why?
You'll understand.
Why?
Hey, you'll understand why when you watch the movie.
I mean, I suppose they are watching videos in the trailer, so that makes sense. You know, maybe like here's my theory, and I don't need you to confirm this or not. The dad's like, "Hey kids, remember this video?"
No,
it's nothing like that either.
Nope.
No, okay.
Nope.
Right.
Okay, but it's still fun. I recommend it, and that's all the time we're gonna give that for because he hasn't seen the movie. Even though I really want to talk about the movie, it's a good movie.
I was gonna stop you because I'm like, dude, I haven't watched it yet. I would love to discuss this because I have a lot of interest. I just haven't made the time to watch it.
It is really good, and it is really funny. I've never had so much fun just watching an animated movie in so long.
Alvaro gives it 2 thumbs up.
I give it. If I had a third, I might give it 3.
He would give it a 4.
Maybe.
He'd give it a 4.
But yeah, Record Store Day is around the corner now.
Record Store Day.
Yeah.
You, my man. You want Shrek, huh?
Yeah, I want the Shrek original
soundtrack.
The Shrek original soundtrack, the Gorillaz box set, and a Canned Heat vinyl. I don't remember what that one.
That's interesting.
Canned Heat is one of my friend's dad's favorite band that I ended up getting into because I mean, it's a nice little combination of blues and rock.
Oh,
I really like it.
All right.
I do like the blues. And what you've got a long list.
I do have a lot. I will discuss that in elongated form later when we actually are there. But the one I want to discuss that's the most interesting out of my picks is the Lupe Fiasco Food and Liquor 1 and 2 box set.
Oh.
Because first of all, it's insanely hard to find this album, the first one, at a reasonable price. It's ridiculous. Also, if you don't know who Lupe Fiasco is, he's a classic Chicago MC. I don't know why I'm looking into the camera to say that, but oh well. But yeah, I was very intrigued that they were even releasing this because Food and Liquor 1 is one of the most intellectual, deep, like, Chicago, like, albums in the world. Like, I'm not even joking when I say that because, you know, he discusses alcoholism, he discusses, you know, the rap industry, you know, obsession with looking cool and, you know, making drugs look cool, you know, smoking weed and making it look cool, or, you know, just smoking a cigar and making it look cool, mainly. And I think what's very interesting is if you listen to that album now and you listen to that album today, it hasn't aged at all. It's still somehow strangely relevant with all of its topics and discussions of, you know, addiction, depression. To say that about an album that came out over 10 years ago is insane to me. You know, it's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. I think this.
And you're like, I want Shrek over here.
Yeah, I want the Shrek soundtrack. I'm sorry. The Shrek original soundtrack
The Shrek soundtrack's good. I'm just like, let me boost on him for a second and be like, this is why I want this.
I mean, like, I like that movie because it came out, I think, yeah, around when I was younger. When I was like a baby when that came out. Yeah.
You were a child when that movie came out.
I was really young. Oh yeah, I was. What was it? 2001?
It was somewhere around that time frame. Yeah, because I want to say All Star. But what was the name of that group? Smash Mouth.
Smash Mouth. Yeah.
Because that's what the common misconception about that song is that was released for this like superhero movie with Ben Stiller. I'm so blanking on the name on it, and somebody's gonna get mad at me for forgetting the name of this film, but whatever. And what's very interesting about the usage of All Star in Shrek is somehow they gave second life to this song that's kind of, quite frankly, just silly and kind of dumb.
Oh yeah.
You know. It's like, hey, now you're an all-star, and it's not really for kids. I don't know why this is in the movie.
There's a lot of jokes in that movie that aren't really for kids.
Yeah, it is kind of on brand if you think about it. That movie is not exactly for kids, yet children are allowed to watch that movie.
I mean, it's technically a kids movie, but a lot of
It is,
the
though.
jokes are they're pretty oof.
Because I'm like listening to the jokes now when we watched it in theaters, and I'm like, our parents let us watch this movie. Like,
I mean,
really, this is a thing?
I mean, it's a good movie.
No, it's a good
nonetheless.
movie. It's a great movie. It's a great movie. It's a huge movie. It's a great, I don't know what.
I keep hearing the argument that the second one's better. I mean, yeah, objectively it is, but think about it. You wouldn't have the second one without the first one.
I don't know, because some of the references in the second movie are a little dated. But then again, is the American Idol reference dated if American Idol is still existing to today? I don't know.
Who's to know?
That gets debatable because it's a Simon. I guess they couldn't get anybody but Simon Cowell apparently to sign.
Yeah, it was a Shrek. There was like a.
Oh yeah,
far,
Shrek
far
2.
away. Yeah, far away idol was a thing. Yeah, I forgot they actually had him. Simon. They had Simon play himself.
Well, apparently they had filmed that stuff for the film, and they filmed over like an hour of that material, and they were like, we can't use this in the movie, right? And he's like, well, can you put it on the DVD extras or something? And he's in the avatar. I mean, that's just how big he was at the time,
Jesus, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's another discussion. Which is best out of the Shrek franchise? Well, easily we would chop out 3 and 4 because those are not as well written as, 1 and 2, obviously.
I think Shrek 2, if I were to really pick it, Shrek 2. I really like Shrek 2. I think Shrek 2 as a sequel is one of those little treats that where the sequel is kind of better than the original. Terminator.
I mean, there's a lot of
2.
quotables.
I mean, yeah.
Will you shut up?
Also, the scene with the knights chasing Shrek down after he becomes a human.
That was kind of funny, actually.
That was
I did
funny.
love that.
I love that they grind pepper into his eye and everything.
I actually love how they both stroll up in like the thing that's Cinderella. They're like, oh, we're going to the parents' house. Everybody's all gonna be welcoming them. They're all excited, and then the minute the door opens, they're like,
oh yeah. Ooh.
Now it's like, oh my god.
And I like how the king is all like, that. I think that's our daughter. Yeah.
And then the bird dies after it goes in the air.
God.
It's ridiculous.
I also love that there's like weird foreshadowing that the king is actually the Frog Prince, like throughout the whole movie.
Right. Yeah.
There's
They
like
reference
little.
it.
They reference this. There's like so many of them. Like his bed has like frog imagery. He talks about how him and his wife, when they first met, their first kiss was by the lily ponds. It's genius.
If you think about it one way, oh, that sounds romantic. But then if you think about it in the fairy tale sense, you're like, oh, okay, I get the reference that's going on here. And then they like totally destroy that in the third movie by literally killing him. But
I'm sorry, that's the funniest moment of the whole movie. He's like, well, someone better be dying. The next clip, I'm dying. I'm like,
God, I mean,
Jesus
I will
Christ.
say about Shrek 3, that part where they use Live and Let Die, that was kind of cool. That particular scene was cool. It goes downhill from there.
Oh, God, yeah.
The rest of the movie, like, we need to get Justin Timberlake back. I don't remember his character name. I think his name's Arthur, I believe. I don't know.
Who's to know? I don't remember at this point.
I don't know. I remember watching Shrek 3 a lot, but I don't remember loving Shrek 3 a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I was really into Justin Timberlake at the time, so I was like, oh, cool. Justin Timberlake's trying to be an actor now. Let me watch this little film. As a kid, I was like, uh-huh. As an adult, I'm like,
No.
I
I swear.
don't know why I'm still a child when I say this, but
I mean, there's. I think after a while, they did realize. I think Shrek 4 tried to recapture the magic, but I didn't think it did.
Yes and no. Yes and no. There's some good things about that movie. I think there's some inconsistencies to the writing. I do think it was a better attempt than Shrek 3. They really went 100% on the fairy tale aspect of the movie, and I think that's what was lost in the third movie, is that you're just getting a template of a fairy tale here.
Yeah.
And just references, unlike the first two movies that really go all the way with those like fairy tale aspects to make fun of Disney, obviously, no shit.
Oh yeah.
And the fourth movie does make a better attempt at it. I think there's some silly humor, like the fart scenes that just don't work in today's, just in general for me, it doesn't work. Oh, hey, it's supposed to be funny because there's a fart. I mean, it is funny where Shrek is like trying to, get with Fiona and she just like, no, I'm not that Fiona. I'm strong and independent. Don't come ignoring me, man.
I mean, that whole movie is...
it's a fever dream. That would watch it.
It kind of is a fever dream.
Because it's like, what if? It's basically a Christmas Carol with Shrek. That's the fourth movie. Just not as good. Just not as good.
That's a good way of putting it, actually.
It is, because like everybody that he talks to normally literally doesn't remember him because he made basically a deal with the devil. Let's be frankly honest. That's what he did when he
made
did
a deal with Shane Dawson.
We don't mention people who are canceled in this. No, we do. We mention people who are canceled all the time in this podcast.
I loved when people started comparing Shane Dawson to Rumpelstiltskin in that movie because it's actually funny and it's actually a really...
It is funny though, I will admit that. But now it's like,
oh.
No. Don't watch Shane Dawson. He wasn't funny in the first place. He gave a platform to the Paul brothers.
Oh, did he?
Remember, he did that documentary.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah, that was very strangely well put together. I've seen the thing because I'm like, okay, let me give it a chance.
Oh, God.
It's strangely well put together.
What are your thoughts on the whole Jake Paul and Floyd Mayweather thing? Because...
Let me speak to the people. Stop giving Jake Paul and Logan Paul attention. Let me say it one more time. Stop giving Jake Paul and Logan Paul attention.
I mean, you can use it in the tag, so now you're going to get more in the algorithm.
True. I'm not going to put that in the title.
We talk about Jake Paul, nothing else.
But as far as what are my thoughts on the Jake Paul or whoever the fuck is fighting? First of all,
I'm talking about when Jake Paul swiped Floyd Mayweather's hat and Floyd Mayweather.
First of all, I'm going to say something very controversial, supposedly to some people probably. Fuck Floyd Mayweather. He hits women. He has been found guilty in a court of law. And not just that, he definitely did it. Fuck him. I don't give a shit about him.
Ooh.
Second, as far as the whole scenario where he stole his hat, that's how I feel about it.
And it's just a hat.
I don't give it. Everybody's acting all like, oh, Floyd Mayweather caught an out. Who gives a shit? Do we like these guys? Really?
It reminds me of that scene in the first Toy Story movie where Woody's like, hey, who's got my hat?
I will admit that.
Howdy.
I thought about that for a little bit. I was like, yeah, I thought about that during that. But at the same time, I'm like, are we real? I mean, first of all, we got Jake Paul over here who has a sexual assault allegations going on. And then we got Floyd Mayweather who's hitting women over here. So, like, why do we care about what these guys are doing? I really don't understand. I mean, am I in the wrong here? Because I really don't understand.
Yeah.
I just don't understand this. Like, what's the big deal? But then again, I'm like, okay. I mean, I'm going to say this right now, and people are still going to give those guys attention either way. They're going to be like, oh, I love Jake Paul. And I'm like...
He's kind of a dick. I don't like him.
He's actually... I could go on all day what he is, but then I would be giving him more attention now, wouldn't I?
But you can put his name in the tag.
No, I'm not putting his name in the title because this is not...
No,
okay.
not in the title. In the tag.
Fine, I'll put it in the tag, but not in the title.
But
Jake Paul.
No, I never.
I'm not gonna reference this.
I never gravitated towards him, and I never really found why he was popular in the first place. I get it.
No. There's a reason he was popular in the first place because of Vine. That's why he was popular.
I mean, yeah, no, I mean afterwards, because like at that point, a lot of his videos just went to loud equals funny.
Well, I mean, he was giving the attempt to like have like sketch comedy in the middle of like vlog videos, and at the end of the day there's just nothing funny about it. Also, he tried to cancel Cody Ko for
I
bullying.
I will always find that so funny because I remember when that was happening. I remember when
The
that was
barber was clearly not in on that part.
No, the barber was in on it. He was totally in on it.
No. He was not in on the bullying part because he looked at the camera like, what?
Oh, okay, he was gonna bring Jake Paul to confront Cody Ko.
That part, yeah, I get that.
But he didn't realize it. They didn't realize Jake Paul was gonna awkwardly be like, "You're a cyberbully."
That part, he did not tell. From what I understand, from what the barber said on his side of the story, he did not know Jake Paul was gonna do that.
I always find that so funny, dude. I saw Cody Ko's video on it. He's like,
I guess I'm a cyberbully now.
no, he's like, yeah, basically. I saw his video on it. And he's like, you know, this is literally the worst time to confront someone. After a haircut, I'm looking fresh as hell. I mean, like, he's not wrong.
I love how Jake Paul tried to cancel him so hardcore.
And then just Cody Ko's there like, I'm literally just here for a haircut. Why?
And then it ended up giving Cody Ko just a bigger audience in the end of it.
He had like a 90K sub day.
And it was like, okay.
Literally, when that happened, he gained 90K subs in one day. Literally, Jake Paul gave him attention.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, Cody Ko's a really talented YouTuber, so I don't see the problem here.
I do like it. Also, I love the fact that in Jake Paul's video, he tries to show that Cody Ko's a cyberbully. He pulls up the clip of him saying cum powder. It's like, what are you drinking, cum powder? It's so funny.
And I'm
Jesus Christ, it has no right being as funny as it is.
I'm like, Jake, you are a cyberbully. You literally bully everybody that you talk to.
Dude, you know, someone ended up coming out on Twitter saying that apparently his 5th grade bully was Jake Paul. I mean,
You realize that was like
shoved under the rug.
a long time ago, correct?
I mean,
yeah,
still.
no, I understand why it's coming back into fruition now, but like,
Not now. It came out when the Cody Ko situation was happening.
but I believe that was that tweet during that?
Yeah, it
I
was.
remember
It
when
wasn't recently.
I remember when him
him.
and Rice Gum were having beef. If you even know who the fuck Rice Gum is.
I do know who Rice Gum is.
Yeah, I know. You're like,
I don't
I
like
gotta
her.
mention this guy. I don't like him either. I have to mention this because it correlates into this.
Mm-hmm.
Because Rice Gum had accused him of bullying, and then that was fake as fuck when I watched it. It's fake as fuck as it was now. But yeah, no, Jake Paul is. I mean, you can definitely get the vibe that Jake Paul is a bully by just watching a video of him for 1 minute. You're like, yeah, he acts like he's so cool and he's for the people and all that, and he'll try and act like he's like, you know, oh, but I did this for this person. I visited a cancer patient. I'm like, that doesn't mean that you're a nice person if you do that. Yeah, you did a nice thing. That doesn't mean you're a nice person.
It's like when people use charity as a defense mechanism, you basically remove the altruistic act just to pretty much prove that you're a good person. I don't like when people do that.
There's a difference between when the people in Marvel go do it, they're making a choice to go do that. There's going to be, the only reason they're being taken a picture of is because it's the fucking people from Marvel. Of course they're going to take a picture of it. Mm-hmm. And then the camera's shut off and then it's done.
Yeah, with Jake Paul, I think he was filming with that. Yeah, he was filming with a Make-A-Wish girl for a whole day.
Yeah.
And he put it up, and I...
Oh, he claims it was, you know, he was given the right to do it or what. I mean, that might be true, who knows. But I mean, it still doesn't come off less douchey in the video.
Yeah. Now we're giving Jake Paul too much attention.
I'm sorry. We should give attention to Will Smith.
Yeah, we like Will Smith.
For being body positive.
Yeah, we go subscribe to Will Smith vlogs. He does better content than Jake Paul and Logan Paul could ever do.
No shit, he's a better actor, of course.
Oh yeah, that's right. I always forget that they're both actors, Jake and Logan Paul. But no.
Oh, don't even call him an actor. Call Will Smith an actor. Come on.
Will Smith?
Don't even call him an actor.
I like Will Smith. He was good in that one movie.
He was good in that one movie where he was a fish and he was in love.
There
was a car wash.
I was gonna go there, but I didn't want to go there.
And Missy Elliott was there for some reason with Christina Aguilera singing Car Wash.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
You forgot about the weird cover and the strange cover?
That was at the end. Oh my God.
At the car wash. I mean, it's a great song.
It's a great cover.
That's a terrible rendition. I'm sorry for anybody that I offend, but that is a terrible rendition of that song.
I really liked it.
Oh, you really? I mean, I love Missy Elliott and Christina Aguilera,
But,
but I thought it was so forced at the end.
Will Smith, he's cool. He's basically doing what Childish Gambino said he'd be doing in the Feels Like Summer music video. He's washing his car in his sandals.
Okay, first of all, the side topic before we get into the body positive thing. Shark Tale is a weird movie.
It is.
So, wait a minute.
It's the Jake Paul of
Hold on a
DreamWorks movies.
So, wait a minute. We're supposed to be laughing at puns. Some of them are funny. Occasionally they're funny. But he's working at an underwater car wash.
They wash whales. They wash whales.
So, hold on a second. This is supposed to be a whale wash.
Yeah.
But we're supposed to understand the concept that fish know what a car wash is to make a whale wash, to wash off whales. And then we're also supposed to believe that the mafia exists in this kid universe in a DreamWorks movie with Martin Scorsese. But in this universe, apparently Sir Mix-a-Lot exists on a vinyl record.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh my
That's a thing, but they reference it directly, so I'm forced to acknowledge that it's real. Because the characters mention it.
There's so many things I keep forgetting that you keep bringing up.
And I have not watched this in years yet. I can remember these things, and I'm like, why was this a thing?
I feel like if we were to sit down and choose either Shrek the Third or Shark Tale,
I would watch Shark Tale.
I would watch Shark Tale, yeah.
Because
as bad as it is, I think it's still fun. I think it's still.
Hey, at least we get Jack Paul.
Jake Paul.
I'm a shark. Hey.
Oh god. Oh god.
Dab on the haters.
that hurt.
Jack Black is this weird, sweet, like shark that just doesn't want to eat anybody.
He's a vegan.
Yeah, I think he does say he's like vegetarian. Or
something. The thing is about vegetarian. Okay,
that's a weird thing.
Is he vegan or vegetarian? Because he doesn't eat any animals.
I think they at least reference that he's vegetarian.
Because
I don't know if they say it out loud.
they do say he's vegetarian, but like being vegetarian, I think the base definition of vegetarian is that you don't eat a lot of animal products to an extent, except for dairy and eggs.
No.
Dairy and eggs are the only things vegetarian.
Which is what vegan is where you just don't.
Well, no animal products. Period. Clothing, food, anything. So you can't have any wool products or leather products.
Well, I mean, thankfully stores have like started to get vegan products, but it's very
limited.
I mean,
I know, what was it? Adidas now does vegan shoes. Yep, Adidas does vegan versions of some of their shoes. And it's the ones that do.
Okay, what?
It's the ones that do sway too, which is even more confusing.
So wait a minute, those Kermit shoes are vegan?
No, these ones aren't. I wish. But
what is the mantra on them?
But yeah, some of the stuff that they do is vegan. I know for one of the shoes that they do.
Vegan shoes.
Yeah.
What is everything becoming LA now? What the hell?
I mean, it's an interesting concept. I actually really think.
How did we get it from Shark Tale Will Smith to vegan shoes?
It's because Jack Black's a vegan shark.
Okay, get back to Shark Tale.
Shark Tale.
So, like, yeah, it's this weird movie where, like, Will Smith's character, I don't remember his fucking name. I don't remember character
Oscar.
names.
His name was Oscar.
You remember that shit?
Yeah. Okay, so you got Oscar, Lenny, Lino.
You remember all these character names?
Sykes.
I just want to call him Martin Scorsese. I don't give a shit what his name is.
I'm trying to actually remember all their names. Angie, Lola. I forgot the jellyfish's name. I literally forgot the jellyfish's name.
I think they were played by Bob Marley's sons, I believe.
They were, I think. Which
was a very interesting choice at the time. Like, oh, okay, cool.
Or Ernie and Bernie. That's what it was.
Ernie and Bernie. That's what they were, Ernie and Bernie.
What was the octopus's name?
I don't fucking remember.
I think Luca.
There was a lot of strange, like, celebrity cameos in that movie.
There was that. Oh god, that movie is such a fever dream.
From, like, the guys from The Sopranos, because The Sopranos was really big at that time. I don't remember the act. They did not get James Gandolfini. No, they did not. But they got, like, the one other guy that everybody knows from The Sopranos to be like, hey, I'm a mob boss here.
Yeah, that whole movie is a fever dream.
But I kind of want to watch it for some reason.
I know Jacob wants to watch it because I just to see if it holds up.
I just love the whole idea, though, that Martin Scorsese is just, like, chilling down there playing cards.
Oh, yeah. You know, I think that's Martin Scorsese's only acting role, is it not? I could have sworn.
He's in Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh,
He
really?
has a cameo in that where he's actually filming a movie with Larry David. No, that's not true. He's done other acting roles.
Okay.
That's absolutely not true. I love how you were going to be like, Shark Tale is his only filmography role. No, Martin Scorsese has acted before, even as himself. He's done it.
Okay.
No. He's not a bad actor either. Like, he's kind of funny, actually.
He is pretty funny.
He is funny in this. He's clearly having a good time when you watch the movie. He's having a fun time. I didn't understand it was him at the time, but I'm like, oh,
Neither did I. I'm like,
Marty, hey. How you doing, buddy?
watching it now as I got older, I'm like, wait, Martin Scorsese. Taxi Driver, Martin Scorsese.
Do you mean the joke? I mean, Taxi Driver.
God, the Joker. Oh, that's a good movie too. Back to Will Smith. We like him we all like Will Smith. I think objectively, if we were to choose an actor that is almost universally loved, Will Smith would be up there.
Yes and no, because I do love Will Smith. I don't love Men in Black 2, but that's not his fault. I don't think Men in Black 2 is a great movie.
Dang.
No, sorry. No, I think it's a fun ride when you watch it, but like it's not a good movie.
I like how the only Bad Boys movie I've seen is the third one.
What's very interesting about that movie is you don't have to watch the other two.
I know, and I kind of like that.
But like, I mean, it would help with the references that are out throughout the movie with all the characters and all that. But yeah, Will Smith, he decided to, take his shirt off and show us that he's not in the best condition, he has a dad bod, as they would say.
Yeah, dad bod. Yeah, we go with dad. We rock
I respect
dad.
him for, just in general, like, putting it out there, that he's not in, the best physical condition. We usually see him, ripped and, six-pack abs.
Being the savior of humanity.
Yeah, I know. And we expect him to be a fish sometimes,
And now he just looks like he's about to grill up some burgers and to just have a nice little day picnicking with his family. I like it.
This is really one of the few challenges I can get along with. So I'm not really gonna do it.
Yeah, you have a shirt underneath too.
No, I'm not gonna do it. But I do really honestly respect like his whole like message of hey, I'm being body positive. It's really cool that he can do that. I don't really feel like I've ever like. Has there really ever been something like this for the male? Like, I don't really think so.
The only other thing I can really think of is Free the Dick that Eric Andre did. That's the only other thing I can really think of.
Yeah, but that was a joke to some extent.
No, actually,
yes and no.
Yes and no. I think on the Hot Ones interview, he was really going into it, but afterwards, I don't think he really talked about it ever again.
Yeah, because that was clearly a joke. Like, he was clearly somewhat in character for that interview a little. Oh, yeah. Just a little. Because sometimes you can be like, okay, Eric Andre's serious here. Look at the camera. But for
like
the
Nardwuar,
like
the Nardwuar interview.
I love how he broke character so many times because he was just clearly in character as Eric Andre from the show the whole time. He was like, hey man, that's cool. And then the minute Nardwuar was like, your sexual partner, number one, said this about you, he was like, how did you know about that?
Like, didn't you take a shit on your lawn at 17? How the fuck do you know about that?
I'm really scared whenever like I get famous. Nardwuar's just gonna be like, "Here is a piece of the pie that you had when you were 5 years old. How? How'd you do that?"
Dude, I swear. Imagine like you look. Imagine you're on trial. It looks like you're about to be found innocent. Nardwuar pulls up to your fucking trial. You're done. I'm sorry. That man knows.
My favorite clip ever is Black Youngster being like, how? Are you with the police? How? Are you with the feds? He's just really freaking out. It's like so wild.
Oh yeah, I remember the one he did with Tyler when he's basically talking about like
which one? Which interview?
The first one he did with Odd Future, where he was all like, yeah, we love Odd Future. I miss him.
You miss Odd Future? When were they ever really all together other than those interviews? I'm trying to think.
The last time the Odd Future tour when Earl came back from Samoa. That was the last time I think they were really...
Frank wasn't there.
Oh, Frank wasn't... Oh, the oldie music video. That's the last time I can really think about. The oldie music video.
Yeah, that was the last time Frank was really, really there. That was really the last time he was happy.
Oh, but
A tornado can't sing the song because it's copyrighted.
Yeah, Def Jam owns that.
Do they really?
Yeah, I don't
That's
think.
right. Yeah, when people were leaking a bunch of like blonde stuff, like they were starting to copyright people like left and right on YouTube who were doing that. I remember at the time that was the only way I could listen to it because for some reason it wasn't on Tidal for the longest time, and then boom, it was on there one day because Apple Music bought it, I guess, at one point.
Well, not only that, it's because Frank Ocean gave him Endless, which was the audiovisual album he did, which is technically the last Def Jam album he put out because the next
Good, but it's not his best.
uh
It's not his best.
I
I really enjoy it. I say that like I didn't like it, but I like it.
yeah.
I don't go back to it as much as I should, though.
I think the
I
only
really
way
wish
you
I
could
could.
at the time the only way up until recently I think the only way you could watch it was on the hub. Afterwards you can't watch it anymore.
For those who will get that.
But yeah, that was the only way you could really watch it without having an Apple Music subscription.
Yeah, it was leaked for a while. That was the way I listened to it.
I don't know if it's still up there.
It's absolutely not still on.
I have probably not, but yeah, it was up there for a while, and now it's back to being an Apple Music exclusive until someone leaks it again.
That's the thing. Like, I know I can get Apple Music. I know I could get access to it from my phone.
But you don't want to.
But I just don't want to sign up for Apple Music. Even though I'm being hypocritical, I have Apple Plus. I know.
You have Apple TV Plus, but not music.
I have Apple. I know, but there's so much I want to watch on there too. But I guess this is my intervention. I should get Apple Music. Even though I really don't want it. There are some things that I can't go without that are on Apple Music.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm an Apple boy.
I am an Apple
love
Music.
that Steve Jobs, that boy.
I love that Steve Jobs, Tim Apple, as the Orange Man called him once.
That one guy from that '70s show played me. I'm Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs.
I'm Aaron Carter.
God.
Steve Jobs. No, I'm blanking on his name, so I just said that.
Oh yeah, but yeah. I think Will Smith doing whatever he's doing, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with that message.
That was a good Instagram post. I mean, the only thing I don't like that he does on Instagram is, the stuff with Jason Derulo. Those skits are... Oh, you haven't seen those?
No.
Oh. They're kind of crazy.
Oh.
They're very strange, and I don't understand them. Then again, I'm like saying the name Jason Derulo, and you're like, who's that?
I think of the Vine every time you say Jason Derulo. I'm sorry.
You've never actually listened to a song of him, have you?
Nope.
This is why I feel old and he feels young.
Sure. I'm turning 20 next month.
You're like, Andrew, you're only like 5 years older than me. Calm down, bro.
Yeah. And you've experienced life like 5 years more than I have.
I remember VHS's when Fast and the Furious was them.
God. I remember when they drank Snapple on Fast and the Furious. There's like moments where they drink Snapple and every...
Yeah, it's really just the first movie that they mentioned VHS and DVDs, and then that's... As somebody who's actually going from the beginning to now, all the way up to the 9th one, dude, they literally only are mentioned in the first movie. That's it. That's it.
I keep thinking of that one scene from Tokyo Drift. You know what DK stands for? Donkey Kong? No! Drift King!
That honestly is probably like... Out of the first 3 so far, I really enjoyed that one a lot.
Tokyo Drift, I heard, is a really good one.
Really, it's funny because everybody I was talking to was like, dude, that movie sucks. And I'm watching it and I'm like, I'm having a good ass time. I'm having, the music's awesome, Pharrell production, it's cheesy as fuck, but I love it.
I think cheesy movies can sometimes be the funnest.
Whereas the 4th movie begs you to take it seriously as like a cop. And I was kind of loving like this, like, back and forth of Paul Walker's a cop trying to figure out who this drug lord kingpin is. And then Vin Diesel's trying to, figure out who killed his girlfriend. It's like, oh, it's cool at first. It's like, oh, okay, it's back and forth. Okay. And then the minute they get together, it's like, and Gal Gadot's in it too, and she clearly was not who she was now. When you see the movie, it's like, oh, I really hate to say this, but you're just there to be an objectifying woman for the lead character. So it'd be like, hey, I have sexual interest in you, but you don't have sexual interest in me.
Oh, God. I hate when writers do that.
I was so like, this is such a step down from Wonder Woman. I hate it. It's so like different to like watch her like, she's like so like uplifting in like the Justice League director's cut, and now it's like, I am proud of her for actually getting a long way now from getting better roles.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I think we're done here, right?
I don't got a whole lot more to
Yeah.
talk about.
I want to talk about your life. Your life is good.
Yeah.
Your life is great. Okay.
Yeah. I'm tired though.
Okay. Anyways, we get vaccinated as usual.
Yeah, I'm almost done. I'm almost getting my
I
second
know
one.
you're
So
gonna get your Moderna one, right? Yeah.
fancy. I'm
I'm in the Pfizer gain over here.
Pfizer. I'm on that Moderna shit.
Pfizer.
I was telling. I went to work the next day after I got my shot. Oh my god, it was awful. My arm was hurting the whole day.
You better save those 3 days for the next one.
I'm gonna do it for sure.
Yeah, you better do that. I have nothing else to say. Yeah, just get vaccinated.
Get vaccinated, wear your seatbelt, pay your taxes. Unless you're rich, then somehow you can get away with
Yeah,
that.
just pay $170, and then you'll be good.
Remember, the Joker is scared of the IRS, so you should be too.
Remember, Mark Hamill is afraid of the IRS, but not really, because he's not an actual villain in real life.
Mark Hamill's cool. We like Mark Hamill.
We like Mark Hamill. He likes The Room, so
Does he actually?
Yes, he is actually a fan of The Room. He's actually stated that many times. But somebody, when Mark Hamill was doing an interview, he was doing it in his DVD room, and somebody pointed out that in the corner you can see The Room on DVD. He owns the movie, apparently.
I love that. I love that about Mark Hamill. That's amazing.
Oh my god. One of these days, I gotta get. I know. I said we were done, but
we're not done.
This
We're
is
talking.
the after credits stuff, people. I gotta get you to watch, and you've watched the movie that it's based off of, right? The
Disaster Artist.
You've seen that movie.
I haven't, but
okay.
I remember when it was coming out, and I saw the trailers, and I was excited.
I think we should watch The Room first.
I like how you made me watch Mank, but I hadn't seen Citizen Kane. Also,
it's a little different. You don't need to know every detail.
It was still on Netflix. So I was like even more shocked that you paid like $15 to make us go. Yeah, it
was $5 each.
$15 total. Though.
I only paid $5. You guys' tickets was free for that one.
Oh.
No, I had rewards, my friend.
Still, you still paid $5 to see a movie on Netflix.
I would still say it was worth the theatrical experience.
Well, I guess.
Oh, I get.
We could have seen Jurassic Park in theaters.
Shut up. We saw a good ass movie in theaters.
Big dinosaurs.
Listen, we can watch it at home in 4K. Shut up.
It's not the same as a theatrical experience.
You'll get your Jurassic Massic. You'll get your chance soon, okay?
Fine. One thing I do want to see before I die, at least, is Jaws in concert, which is probably an experience.
You should be watching Jaws on an inflatable tube.
Yeah, in the pool. I've heard about that experience, and that is
apparently it's not great. People like piss in front of each other, from what I hear.
No, but Jaws in concert, which is something I really want to experience.
That sounds pretty cool. Is it like the actual movie? Like
okay,
the score?
They play the movie without the music, and they play the music live.
But did they play the dialogue? I'm confused how this
works.
No.
They play, everything stays the same, except the music is edited out. There's no music. They play it live for you.
Wow, so somebody went through the trouble of actually editing out the music to do that? Okay.
I think
awesome.
it's licensed for when I...
Oh, okay, so they licensed out a version without the music. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I would figure Steven Spielberg would be like, hey, bro, I got a version without the score.
Yeah, I mean, it's Steven Spielberg.
I mean, he's doing...
That's something I really want to go see, at least once. Jaws in concert.
Right. This pandemic will be over in like 20 years,
so
you can
Jesus
go see it then.
Christ, yeah, I'll be old. I'll be like 40. I'll be 40, still loving that movie.
I'll be like an old adult, like trying to figure out my like ending life. I'm like, I'm gonna die soon.
Andrew, no, no death allowed. We have to see Jaws in concert.
No, I'm not gonna. What do you mean? I'm never gonna die. Dogs. If you're a dog, you're a dog for life. In the words of BMX.
God, yeah.
Anyways, now we're physically gonna be done.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to mention to the people? Can they find you anywhere, Alvaro? Is there anywhere they can find you?
I work at Walmart.
Oh, okay. Well, go find him at Walmart. Any specific Walmart.
Yeah, I'm just.
He'll be there to help you.
I'll be at all of
at
them.
any Walmart. Go to Walmart right there. You're right there. Anyways.
Where can you find? I have no idea. I haven't made any other accounts for this. I didn't think I'd get this far.
You didn't think you'd get this far. Well,
No.
Well, that's what we're going to talk
No.
about soon. Soon we will talk about it. But as you know, you can find me here at the Andrew Stedl Podcast. You can find me on Facebook, Steadily Medley, and anywhere that I'm available on social media, Andrew Stedl. That's all, folks.